So it seems like Gaijin messed up again. What a great way to kick off the new year, right? If you don't live under a rock, you probably already know what this is about. But I know there's some people that don't keep up with the forums or Reddit. So here's what happened. Basically, there's a big event going on called Play for Peace. It's a community-driven event, but Gaijin decided to support it. For tournament winners, you get peripherals and GE prizes. For everyone else, you got Twitch drops and a link. In the case of the link, there was essentially a pack that had multiple vehicles and 7 days of premium. This is the crux of the issue. It was intended only for new players, but when veteran players tried to redeem the code, it actually worked. People spread around as sort of a free bonus, and this is the part where things get very controversial. Gaijin decided to not only revoke the premium bonuses, but if someone already used some of the premium, their account would be indebted. If they tried to buy additional premium, they wouldn't receive the amount they bought. The debt they owed would be taken out. They recently removed the debt. I'm actually having to go back and edit the script, but people are still upset. Some players are seeking legal action, saying that Gaijin committed false advertising at best, fraud at worst. So it begs the question, do they have a leg to stand on legally speaking? How could this have been avoided? Why was Gaijin putting people in debt? And what are the possible ramifications of that? Well, let's start from the beginning, where people made the transaction in the first place. While what Gaijin did is incredibly scummy, I'm not sure it's false advertising. If you click on the link right now, it says it's only for new players, not veteran players as well. I asked around to see if the disclaimer was always there, and I got conflicting information. Some say it was always there, some say it wasn't, or that they were allowed to redeem only part of the pack. If you look at the Wayback Machine, this bit here changes, so that's a bit suspect. It seems possible that it was added after. Regardless, it's not a very large disclaimer. If I was making the transaction, I probably wouldn't have noticed it. From a legal standpoint, Gaijin could be in some hot water there. Even if the disclaimer was always there, for not preventing veteran players from redeeming the code, Gaijin is absolutely in the wrong. If their store system wasn't so bad, this entire situation could have been avoided. There have been multiple times where I try to buy a gift for somebody, and it clearly says I'm buying it for someone else, but it gives it to my account, so I end up having to buy it twice. Is this situation fraud? I'm not a lawyer by any means, but I don't think it is, at least with one stipulation. When you commit fraud, you purposely deceive people for financial gain, which I don't think Gaijin did. When it comes to the code working for everybody, it was very clearly unintentional, and it was rectified pretty quickly. If my timeline is correct, it only worked for about a day or so, possibly less. With people using the code, Gaijin sees it as a net negative, and it kind of is. That's premium time people won't be buying in the future. If Gaijin puts people in debt and they pay it off, that's a net zero result. People were paying for premium and receiving it, they just weren't getting extra time from the code. This is assuming that Gaijin won't ban people who refuse to pay off their debt. I don't know how it works for premium, but I do know that for Golden Eagles, if you owe debt to Gaijin and don't pay it off, they will ban you eventually. If Gaijin starts banning people, assuming that not everyone had their debt cleared, I think that would be a legal issue. So while I don't think Gaijin is in legal trouble, they are totally in the wrong. This easily could have been avoided multiple times. It would have been so simple to let people keep the bonuses, and call it a Christmas or New Year's gift. With how much money Gaijin makes, the money lost from this mistake would have been inconsequential, and would have improved their standing in the community. Now the community is going for their throats, and I can't blame them. Even if they remove the vehicles and let people keep the premium, that would be an overall positive result. When it comes to dev studios, it seems like there are two major types. Studios that will do anything for a buck, and studios that want to keep the players on their side. Gaijin seems to be the former. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think Gaijin are on the same level as Blizzard, and they have a lot of employees who genuinely care, but they aren't the ones making these decisions. Anyway, I hope that was informative, and I'll see you on the next one.